What's going on, Shuffle Squad? I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. I'm Vulcan Turtle TCG, and today I'm bringing you a deck that is rising from the ashes. Yes, it is thought to be dead and dismissed and no good, but thanks to new cards from Paradox Rift, it is breathing new life and is going to be terrorizing a locals near you. That's right, I brought this deck to a challenge recently and got second place, meaning that, well, with 4 wins and 2 second placements, I'm pretty much done with challenges. I don't think I'm going to chase them anymore, and it is because of this deck. I promise you, this deck is amazing, it's good, and you're gonna want to see it. But before we jump into the 60 over on PTCGL, if you want to support the Shuffle Squad, check out our affiliate links here. It helps support the channel, and you guys get amazing discounts on products and services. So with that said, let's jump into PTCGL. I know what you're thinking. I can hear you from here. Mr. Guy, through the screen that I'm watching this on, what one magical card could have possibly made Regi's viable? There's no way. Sit back, I'll explain it to you, because the one thing that Regi's has always been able to do well that most decks can't do in this meta is type advantage coverage. Yeah, what did we see at LAIC? We saw a Miraidon list 1 and we saw Iron Valiant get second. Iron Valiant being one of the newest decks out of Paradox Rift. You play against Valiant, you got Registeel, which can OHKO. Pretty nice. Play against Miraidon, you got Regirock. You're playing Lugia for some reason in this format? Well, meet my Regieleki. But it also spreads damage around, so Gardevoir feels pretty good when they don't have any mana fee down, and so does LZB if they don't have any mana fee down. Still on VMAXs? Meet Regigigas. He does a lot of damage to those VMAXs, and if my hand's low, I got consistency with Regidrago. It's got amazing coverage in types, and you have a consistency card in Regidrago that lets you draw cards, which is always good. We don't talk about Regice. Moving on. So what is the card from Paradox Rift that actually made this good? Well, the one thing that made Regi's bad in the past was not being able to get your energy quick. Well, with the new Earthen Vessel, you can get your energy out so fast. I dare to call this a turbo Regi deck. Yeah, with Earthen Vessel, you're able to find all of the necessary energies to take knockouts. If you have a Regirock in play, but you need both of your fighting energy, just toss something like a Gift Energy or a Metal Energy from your hand with an Earthen Vessel. Now you can go get yourself the 2 fighting energy and then toss that away with an Ultra Ball. Let's say it's your last Regi. Now in your discard, you literally have the colorless energy and the 2 energy required to attack with that Pokemon. It is such a consistency bump for Regis and so good that I highly recommend this deck. Not to mention you have disruption through Iono, you have research, you have 3 bosses orders, you have 4 different ways, or 4 of the same way really, with Super Rod to actually get your Regis back in the deck once they're knocked out. Don't get me wrong, you still have some bad matchups with like Charizard, but every deck has a bad matchup. But I think it's best to just show you guys how good Regi's has become. So sit back while we go into our game. Alright guys, here we go into our matchup with the Regis. Now, there are a few decks that can be of concern. It's things like Charizard and Blocklax. They can be a little scary, but they are our most difficult matchup. And I think Zard is mostly like, you don't win unless you play a Path to the Peak version, if you can lock them in Path. But at that point, 330 HP is just too much. Now, Blocklax, you can kind of cheese that a little bit. It might be a little bit easier, but Charizard we want to avoid. Any other deck should be somewhat easier. All right, this is actually not a bad hand. Now, when it comes to Regis, you don't mind going first or second. Let's see here. We see it looks like this is a Miraidon list. Nice. Okay, so 2 things. We need to make sure we have all of our rocks, which we have 1 in hand, and we also need to make sure that we have both of our rock energy, our fighting energy in deck. And we're going second, which does actually give us the opportunity to get a instant dock. If we can donk in the first turn, that'd be amazing. However, it's not likely. Well, hold up now. Oh, hold up now. You just wait a dang second here, Mr. Miraidon. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We have our grass energy. We don't have both of our fighting, but that is fine. We might actually... No, we got it. We got it. We definitely have the donk. Let's go ahead and see here. And we do have the ice. So yeah, let's go ahead and put a Lecky back. We'll put Lecky on the bench. We'll use Artazon to get ourselves the Regice. We can literally attach for turn, Ancient Wisdom, and this would not have happened if it wasn't for the new Earthen Vessel. Earthen Vessel just makes, look at that, quit, instant quit. Earthen Vessel makes Regis so good. All right, so after that donk, here we are in our second game. Hopefully we can get a longer game. But that donk, that just shows like how good Earthen Vessel has actually made Regis, right? We've had support cards come out in the past from different sets like Artazon and Super Rod and cards like that, but because of Earthen Vessel, we're able to find the pieces we need to make sure that our Regis are able to attack, which has always been somewhat of an issue for Regis. If you can't get your energy, how are you attacking? So Earthen Vessel is definitely a huge MVP of this deck. So let's see what our new starting hand is. It's not bad. We're going second, so we can Iono. We do have a Nest Ball and an Artazon. We're up against Gholdengo. So Gholdengo is actually a little bit of a harder matchup. It's not too difficult, but at the same time, you're not OHKOing it. So that is something to be prepared to understand. You're not OHKOing Gholdengo. You can spread damage around and make sure that they can get in range, like do a 160 with Regidrago and then start pinging 40 all over the place. Because I don't think Gholdengo actually plays Manaphy. At least some of the lists that I've seen don't play Manaphy. So we'll see. We'll see if we can actually get this one going. Attaching the Scyther and a pass. Okay, so we got a Steel Energy in hand. It's not great. We'll go ahead and put this on the Regirock, though, just to get that going. We do have Drago in deck. All of our Regis are here to party, so that's good. Let's go ahead and check out what energies we have in the deck. So we do have access to our Fighting Energy, and we don't have access to Fire. We don't have access to our second Steel, do we? Oh, no, we do have access to Fire and Steel. So our Drago, our Registeel, and our Regirock are viable attackers for this game at the start until we start taking prizes. So that's good. So let's go ahead and put Regidrago on the bench here. We will use Artazon to get ourselves another Regi. Let's go ahead and just grab the Regigigas. That seems fine. We're going to use Iono here. We could have actually Iono'd and then Artazon. That probably would have been a better play. This isn't terrible. Let's go ahead and use Trekking Shoes. Grab an Earthen Vessel. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. So we'll go ahead and dump the double turbo energy to grab 2 energy here. We're going to grab the 2 important energy to actually make our Regidrago an attacker. Ooh, we misplayed again, dude. We should have used the Earthen Vessel on one of those energy to get 2 more energy to toss, but that is fine. We'll grab ourselves the Registeel. Put him on the bench. We'll hold on to this stuff for now, and then we will Regigate to get another Regi. So that's 4 Regis on turn 1. So there is the pass. We'll see if our opponent's able to pop off. It's not hard for Gholdengo to actually get huge KOs on their second turn. So let's see what happens here. And now they have access to this new Scyther card, which is great for them because Scyther has free retreat and evolves into Scizor, which is another good backup attacker for them. However, Scizor is probably not going to be doing them any favors since we only play 2 Pokemon with actual abilities. So I think the only Pokemon they can knock out with Scizor is Regieleki. I think it swings 120 if there's 2 Pokemon with abilities. We'll see, though. But we didn't see any Gholdengos go down yet. We're seeing a Worker come into play. Draw 3, so we'll see if there's a Gholdengo that comes into play here. If it doesn't, yeah, see, this is where like the Earthen Vessel last turn would have been pretty good, because then we could have gotten... Oh, we don't have access to 2 rocks, do we? Okay, Gimme Ghoul coming into the active here. Are we going to see a continuous coin toss, or are we going to evolve? What are we going to do, Gimme Ghoul? Tell me your plan. Continuous coin toss. Okay. No damage. We'll take it. We'll take no damage. I don't mind that at all. Okay, so we got ourselves a Nest Ball here, which I don't hate. So let's go ahead and let's burn some cards. Let's go ahead and put down the Artazon. We will use Earthen Vessel to grab rock fighting energy, and that's it. We'll only grab that. We will use Artazon here to grab ourselves the Regieleki. We will attach this to Regirock. We will go ahead and use Switch Cart here We will Dragon Horde for 4 new cards. Those aren't too bad. I don't want to Iono them because they didn't find a Golden Go last turn, so I feel like this is fine. We're not rushing anything. We'll go ahead and just check the prizes here. Let's grab ourselves the Regirock because we are having him built up for a backup attacker just in case we can't get another Drago. Should have checked the rest of the prizes too. And we'll Giant Fangs for a knockout here. We will get the first knockout of the game. Get ourselves this prize, which is our heavy ball again. So sure, why not? That actually just is better because we are able to get our second lucky out of the prizes. So that's pretty good. We will take it. So let's see if their top deck is going to help them out at all. I don't know what they could even have in hand that doesn't help them. Maybe it's just a handful of energy. I don't know. Nice. They actually Ionoed us into the Drago, so we will be able to still use Gigas next turn. So we will take it. Unfortunately, we don't have the one downside here is we don't actually have access to our other, what's it called? Our other, it'll come to me, electric energy. So we can't use Regieleki, which is a little unfortunate because it's really good in this matchup to start spreading. And as you can see, no mana fee. So little unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. Coin bonus will draw them 2 cards. They need to have 3 energy in hand plus the attach for the turn on this Goldango to get a knockout on our Regidrago. So let's see if they're able to get that. They have 7 cards in hand, so more than half is going to have to be energy. Oh, they got the Superior. They have 3 in the discard. So if they literally only have 1 in hand, they're good to go. They are going to be able to get a knockout on our Drago. Which, that's fine. Not a big deal. We do have a boss's orders in hand. We could put damage on this Goldango. I don't hate it. Oh, they're going to cross switch. Okay, you know what? That is fair. What are you going to cross switch for? Hopefully not our Regieleki. Okay, they're going for the Gigas. I am fine with that. I am A-okay with that. We still have attackers that are good, so we are happy. So they're going to go ahead and make it rain here. We can do 140 on it with the Regidrago. Hold on to our boss for a little bit. And we can either do that, or we can boss something out and see if we can hit our electric energy. But for now, I think that might not be the play. Let's go ahead and just use Artazon here. Artazon will get us back our Drago, or our Gigas. Our Drago wasn't knocked out. Let's go ahead and use... Do I want to boss or anything? No, you know what? We're swinging. 140 into the active here. Makes it a very viable boss target for later. Hopefully we can hit our second electric energy off of the 2 prizes we get off of this Goldango. And if we do, then we can start using Regieleki to start spreading damage across the board, which will make things a lot easier for multi-prize turns later. Okay, so coin bonus. Gonna draw them a couple cards. And another card from the one on the bench. I think that's the one really cool thing about Goldango is that you're able to like draw a bunch of cards. And if you hit things like your superior energy retrieval and all that good stuff, you're able to really make sure you're getting knockouts every single turn. I think this type of matchup for Goldango is not great because you do have to utilize a lot of your resources to get knockouts on single prize Pokemon. So you're only taking 1 prize per turn, and your opponent has the possibility to actually get 2 prizes on you. So it does make it a little bit more difficult for Goldango. But I think Regi's probably is favored in this matchup anyway. Okay, so they toss one of their energy because they only need 3. It's fine. You know, they had 4 in discard, I believe. So tossing one of those to draw 2 is fine because you know you still have the knockout anyway. And okay, they're attached to the one on the bench. Boss's orders. Going after our Regigigas yet again. Little do they know we have Super Rod in hand. And we don't actually have to get Regigigas on the field this turn. We can still attack with our Regidrago. So that's the other benefit to playing Regis. Your opponent's going to think something is a threat and start targeting it down, and you still have attackers on board, which is amazing. However, I am just going to go ahead and use this Artazon here to get Regigigas back into play. And we are going to get a knockout on this Goldango. So see you later, buddy. See you later, cheese man. You are gone. Going to the discard pile like here I come. I am Cinnamon. And we didn't get our electric energy, but it's not that big of a deal. I think we're in a really good position right now to win this game. We swing 140 on this. We still have a boss's orders in hand to swing 140 again. They don't have any other gimme goals on the bench to build up. They could get one this turn thanks to Artazon, so it's not impossible for them to get another Golden Go out into the play. But I think, considering the fact that we swing 160 with Drago right now, only 140 thanks to double turbo, but two 140s get there, and then 140 and 120 also get there. This also swings for 120 against Golden Go, so we just definitely hit the right numbers against this matchup on their two prizers. So we're not sweating this matchup. We're not sweating this matchup. I think this is actually one of the really, really good matchups along with Miraidon and Chien-Pao. So we'll see what they choose to promote here. Hopefully they choose soon. All right, we got ourselves a Greninja in the active. They draw for the turn. They can draw one more time with the Golden Go on the bench, and then they can draw two more times if they use the concealed cards. Hopefully they're able to find the things they need. Not sure why you would promote the Greninja unless you have a switching card in hand, because you kind of want to have your energy in hand for either drawing with Greninja or discarding with Golden Go. So I'm not sure why they wouldn't put the Golden Go in the active unless they don't have knockout and they're kind of just sacrificing their Greninja here. We will see. We will see. If they don't actually... Okay, if they don't do anything, they just like pass the turn. I think what we need to do is we need to boss his orders out the Golden Go and just swing on it. Yeah, they didn't do anything. So we're going to boss out the Golden Go and we're going to swing on it. That is all we need to do. We are not sweating it. Our hand is stacked with Regis too. So if they do like boss out a different Regi and get a knockout, we have Artazon not only on the field, but in hand, and then a bunch of other Regis in the hand to cover the loss. So we're probably fine. It's not going to be that bad here. I think our opponent's taking quite a bit of time right now because they don't know exactly what to do. Their hand might be bricked. However, they didn't draw with coin bonus last turn, so I'm going to make the assumption here that they probably closed out the app, and that is why it's taken so long. So with that being said, we're not going to talk about the matchup, what we're going to do in this matchup anymore, because I think they might have rage quit. But that is like the good thing about Regis. If you get a good matchup and your opponent isn't actually able to like do much, it pretty much guarantees you the win. There are awesome ways to route it, and yeah, I mean, the numbers were there. We were good against the Golden Go. So let's find one more game. All right, everybody, here we go into our last game with the Regis. Hopefully we get ourselves a really decent matchup here, but I hope you guys have been enjoying the Regis matchups and the Regi deck, because I honestly have a fun time with it. I'm going to go second, just in case you're playing Moon. Just in case you're playing Moon, I want to go second. Plus, I have access to my supporters, so that's awesome. This is where I'd play a supporter if I had one. Dang, dude, what is this? Okay, so they get a... No! Okay, wait. This might not be bad, actually. Okay, we're actually up against Iron Valiant Entei. I thought it was going to be Charizard, but it looks like we might be up against Iron Valiant Entei, so I am happy with that. Rather play against this than Charizard. There's a Charizard there. Radiant Zard in Iron Valiant makes sense. I like it, but remember, Iron Valiant is weak to Steel type, and we swing 120 on Iron Valiant. We actually swing for the full amount of damage on Iron Valiant if they put the booster capsule, or is it the booster capsule energy? Is that what it's called? They put that on it, then yeah, we are swinging full. All right, so this hand is actually not the worst on the planet. Let's go ahead and just start getting our Regis, our ducks in a row, our Regis in a row. We can actually draw with Drago this turn. We do have all of our steel, which is amazingly good. So now I think we can't attach. We can't draw with Drago at this point. Do I want to Regigate? I want to draw. I think drawing is a little bit stronger here. Let's just dump this. Not get anything out of there. Just a little sus. Hurts a little bit, but it is what it is. Because we want to be able to make sure we're getting as much draw out of this Drago as we can. Dragon Horde. Okay, cool. We got an Iono and an Artazon, so that's nice. The only downside here is we didn't get a way to discard an energy from our hand. Let's grab the Lucky since there's only one of them in the deck. Be a little easier to hit the ice than it would the Lucky. And we'll Iono. Give us something good. Okay, let's use the Trekking Shoes. We'll say no to that. And we got a Grass Energy. We do have Nest Ball. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to get... Which one are we missing? Regice? Okay, cool. So we're going to get Regice into play here. We are going to accelerate some energy onto Drago, because we do have a couple in here. I probably shouldn't have done the steal, just in case they rope. But if they don't rope, unless they rope twice, or if they do something crazy, we should be able to attach, retreat, go on a steal, and then swing. We do need a boss's orders in hand though if we want to get a knockout on this Iron Valiant. Regieleki is also really good in this matchup as well because you can start spreading damage around, and since their main attacker is Entei V, you start putting some damage on there. You can start taking one shots with Drago later on down the line, which is nice. They should have a couple switching cards in their hand. Forest Seal Stone is nice. Okay. And there's a switch. Probably going to go into the Valiant here to ping us. But what are they going to ping? Oh, they're actually going into the Entei, so they might not have had other switching cards. No, they just had a Fire Energy and a VIP pass. There's a Magma Basin, so they can actually get a knockout on our Drago this turn, which is... not the worst thing so long as we draw into it. Because we do have Iono in hand. We should be able to find one. I don't remember seeing the second Lightning in deck. So we probably don't promote Lucky. We probably just do promote Steel and get some damage on. Well, it's not a lot of damage though because they have 3 retreat costs. So probably not the best idea. And we know that they have the ability to switch this turn because they do have a V-Star... a Forest Seal Stone still available to them. The question is, do they have an energy? Ooh, okay. Who do I want to actually... Let's give them the ice. Let's give them the ice. See what's going on here. Fleet-footed. They only need an energy now, so they have the switching card. They probably won't use Forest Seal Stone for an energy. I feel like that'd be a waste, so we're kind of stuck in the active until we find a switching card. There's Entei. Oh, they got the Jet Energy. So they didn't even need to use their V-Star, which is nice. Okay, so the downsides here. What is the downside here? We have a Grass in hand. We do have Research. 2 researches. It's going to cause us to lose a rod. Well, if we're going to toss a rod, we might as well use it. So let's go ahead and just toss all of this. Get rid of it all. We got our ice back, but we did not get... Okay, you know what? This is actually still fine. This is actually still perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss these 2 cards. And grab... Oh, man, but we... Okay, this got a little bit more difficult. We'll grab Regidrago. We don't have a way to actually replace our Regieleki next turn. So I'm going to do this. Retreat. So we can't use our Regieleki, which is a little unfortunate because I want to spread damage around. But we can attack with Regirock, which we don't have a replacement for in hand, but we know it's in the deck. So it's not the worst thing on the planet. And we will do 140. At least I think it's in the deck. We know for a fact we don't have a second Lucky in the deck. We know that for a fact. And now that we have Gift Energy on it, we should be able to draw 4. Unless they switch and or use Escape Rope and then we can't do anything. Which would be a little sad, but they don't have any energy in the discard. So they're not building up this Entei because they just attach return. They need to throw an energy in the discard. Their hand's small. Well, they get the research. No energy there, though. I don't know if they actually play... Ultra Ball to toss energy. I think they actually only play Earthen Vessel. So Earthen Vessel would be a way to get that fire energy into the discard. I don't think they play it, so... But Earthen Vessel, I think they do play. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So this Future Booster Energy Capsule, it makes the retreat cost of Iron Valiant free. So even if we weren't swinging for Oko on the Valiant with Registeel, we can definitely do it now since it has free retreat. So what I think I'm going to do is if we draw into our other rock, or a way to get our other rock, is I'm going to... We do have 2 steel energy in here. We have 1 because 1 is attached to the Registeel already. Okay, so that's good. So what I think I'm going to do is if they knock out the Regirock and we draw into another Regirock, we are going to boss out this Iron Valiant and then get a knockout on it because this one's already at 160. So that's another target for later. And then we just kind of like play it slowly from there until we get another boss KO on a Valiant combo. Okay, so there goes the rock. We got the rock. So I think we're actually sitting pretty. Because as much as this Entei is a threat, it's not as much of a threat anymore since it's damaged. So let's go ahead and put the rock down. We'll get rid of their Magma Basin. We will boss out their Iron Valiant, which they now... Do they get the Tachyon bits? Once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves... Oh, your turn. So no Tachyon bits there. We will put this energy on Regigigas just to get another attacker. And we will go ahead and use Ancient Wisdom to build up the Registeel. And we have a Registeel in hand, so even if they knock out this Registeel, we're golden. So now we've put ourselves in a pretty cool position. If they don't Iono us, we are able to put down this Registeel and get a KO on this Entei, which they're promoting. Interesting. So we have the Registeel in hand, so we can either do 2 things. We can either put down the Registeel and then switch cart the active Pokemon back into Registeel and they get a knockout on Iron Valiant, which I don't think is the correct play because we don't have a Super Rod in hand to get the second Steel back into the deck. So that's probably not our call. I think what we'd rather do is build up something like Regidrago or Regigigas, boss out the Entei V with the damage on it and get a KO there, leaving this the only open target for us to actually get a KO on in one hit with a Registeel later on down the line. So as long as we have our third boss's orders available to us, we should be in the clear to actually boss KO that later on down the line. We also would probably need a switch cart. However, they don't have another Entei built up right now. Okay, there he is. Okay, this one's good to go. This one's good to go. We do get to draw 1 card off the Gift Energy, which is nice. We only have a 6-card hand, so 1 extra card off the Gift Energy isn't too bad. But I do think the correct play is to boss out this Entei. Oh, they're going to boss us. And they're going to go for the rock. Oh, that feels bad because, as I was saying, we don't... Well, no. Okay, the other rock's in deck because we rotted it, right? So there's 1 rock in there. So this is actually good because now it allows us to build up a second attacker. We'll take it. We will take it. So we are able to attack with Drago, correct? No, we are not allowed to attack with Drago. But we are allowed to attack with Regigigas. Oh, no, wait. Both rocks are gone. I didn't see it up here. Oh, that's no good. Okay, so we'll promote Registeel. Okay. We can't really build anything up. Let's go ahead and use this Earthen Vessel. We'll discard the switch card here. Grab the fire energy. We do still have 2 rods in deck. Kind of just want to like slim down everything here just so we can draw. Well, we're not going to be able to draw off the gift. So unfortunately, I think what we need to do is boss out this Valiant. we'll be able to draw 2 off the gift. So we're going to get a knockout here just to make sure that we're still up ahead in the prize race. Okay, we got an Artazon and an Iono, which isn't bad, right? Now this isn't bad because what we can do is we have a Registeel in hand. If they keep this Entei in the active, which I doubt they're going to do because it's injured, or they might think we don't have an out to losing Registeel plus 2 rocks, they might leave it in play, but if they don't, that's okay. We still have an out. We can still at some point boss this and take a KO. Okay, so it's at 130 now. So the only 2 Pokemon that can actually... There's 3 Pokemon that can still knock this out, which is Regidrago, Regigigas, and Regirock. So this is still a good boss target for later on down the line. So we will put down the Registeel, put down the Artazon, Iono, hope to hit one of our 2 remaining rods, and then be able to do 160 on this Entei, leaving them with... Oh, they're going to attack us with Charizard. I don't hate that. That makes sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense. So that way they can build up another Entei. Okay, don't hate this. This is a good play, too. But our play still does not change. We got the rod off the get-go, though. Okay, so if we actually top deck boss, I think there's still a boss's orders in the deck. Let's go ahead and research, or not research. We'll go ahead and rod these guys back into the deck. We will play this steel, put down Artazon. Let's see, is there a boss still in the deck? There is still a boss's orders in the deck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump these 2, take nothing, and I'm going to Dragon Horde for 2 and hope we get a boss's orders. We didn't get there. We still have a rod in the deck. We need to ensure we get a knockout next turn. But we do have the Drago, and we should be able to draw 3 off of gift. Okay, so what I'm going to do is instead of playing this research, which would probably guarantee us, I'm going to do this. Oh, man, it's actually a hard choice because we might not draw the boss off of 3. So you know what? We're going to research. Okay, cool. This is actually really good. We have the boss now. We will Super Rod these 2 back into the deck. We will attach return onto Registeel. We will get a knockout on the Radiant Charizard here. So now, all we need to do is pray our opponent doesn't like Iono us. But even if they do, we do have Gift Energy, but then we're not drawing into our boss's orders, which is a little sad. If they don't disrupt our hand, we should be able to boss out this Entei and take a KO. And that will be our game. Now, this is like the matchup where I wish we played Water Energy because Regice against like Entei was super good. But unfortunately, we just don't play Water Energy. It's just, Regice is not a viable enough attacker to actually like play the Water Energy for. But if this deck starts seeing a lot more play, it might be the right call. Okay, so even though it's got 70 damage on it, still enough for 160 to get a KO. So only Regidrago now can actually get a KO on this Entei. So do we actually have any more Switch cards? We are out of Switch cards. No! So we do not have a way to actually beat this Entei down. We are out of Switch cards. Oh, man. Okay, so there's no way to win, unfortunately. So I guess we can promote the Regigigas. Dang! Oh, it was so close! It was so close. If we hadn't tossed our Switch cards a little early, we would have been perfectly fine. But unfortunately, we just couldn't get there. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 160. So yeah, if we put another a Reggie on the bench, it doesn't matter. They have the KO anyway. No Switch cards remaining. There's just nothing we can do about it. We just lose. If we had a Switch Cart, man, we would have drawn into it here. Oh, it's just unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. We'll just Ancient Wisdom and we'll give it to our opponent. They played it super, super well. Go ahead and, hey, take the energy, bro. Take the energy. Because unfortunately, without Scoop Up Net, we're not able to use Ancient Wisdom twice in a turn unless we start playing Turo. So we will give it to our opponent. They played it super, super well. But you guys see, like, if we were a little bit more conservative and we held on to a Switch Cart, or even just had like an energy on Leki, you know, a Pokemon that wasn't that big for the matchup, and just had a Pokemon that we could pivot from, this could have been a whole different game. A whole different game. So the deck is super, super, super good. You can attack me anytime now, buddy, or you can just pass the turn. I've got 0 cards in the deck. You can do that, but go all out. Go all out. Knock out my poor little Regice. And if you did all this just to pass the turn, it's very mean. It's very mean. I will give you the Gigas, homie. You can have the Gigas. I don't know what they're doing at this point. I think at this point maybe we can just cut to the outro, because they're just doing things to do things now. Because all they need to do is pass. What are you doing? Pass the turn. I have 0 cards in deck. Or just attack. One of the two. Thank you. Oh, you've ended my misery. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I truly appreciate it. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments below what you think of Regi's coming back into the meta. If you think it'll have an impact, or if you think it'll stay shelved and nobody will play it. But until next time, stay safe and be kind.
Hey trainers, tired of having too many cards lying around? I know that feeling, and I know what a hassle it is to try and sell those cards. But selling bulk is now easier than ever with TCG Bulk. Find tons of potential buyers in a single place. You just download the app, look for the best buyer near you, and carefully pack your bulk, ship it, and you get paid. It really is that simple. Turn the cards you don't want into the cards you absolutely need for your next deck. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.